Fresh from a 4-day visit to Baghdad and Basra, British politicians Charles Clarke and Lord Charlie Falconer were in London to talk about the political and security situations in Iraq 6 years since the dictator Saddam Hussein was overthrown. Firstly, the key focus for UK and Iraqi relations.
Building the future and making sure that Britain's relationship with Iraq continues in the political, the economic, the diplomatic spheres in a very, very strong way, and that people don't see the withdrawal of troops from Iraq as the end of the relationship. It's not. It has to be a different type of relationship, but still a very strong, committed one to support Iraqi democracy.
Lord Falconer said the future was looking more positive. The political and security situations had improved, and foreign businesses were beginning to explore investment opportunities.
There is considerable support for the democracy that's growing in Iraq. It's taking root, and it will, we believe, provide a long-term basis for government in Iraq. Secondly, although there are still considerable security issues, the security position is improving. There are, for example, very much reduced numbers of violent incidents. The number of deaths has gone down, and the random rocketing and mortaring of the international zone has gone down pretty well to nil. So the security position is improving. And thirdly, business investment from outside is now seriously considering whether to invest in Iraq.
But he said it would take time for the Iraqi army and police to gain greater control of security. British police are continuing to help train Iraqi forces in all elements of police and forensic work.
I think the Iraqi army and the Iraqi police have got to take more responsibility for the security situation. That cannot happen overnight. It involves a transition from the coalition forces to the Iraqis, but that process is going on. The Iraqi forces have had considerable successes over the last few months, and we've spoken widely to people who've been involved in that process, and they speak warmly of many aspects of what the Iraqi security forces are doing.
And in the long term, he believed Iraq was on the right track to a democracy.
In the long term, I believe that there will be a democratic government. I believe that elections people will look to as the way to resolve political disputes between the various interests. I believe Iraq will survive as a coherent country. It won't fragment or separate. The security situation will gradually improve. I am quite sure that from time to time there will be reverses and there will be spikes in the violence, but the trend is downwards. I believe that the Iraqi security forces will effectively take over control of the security situation in Iraq, but it's a long haul. This is not something that is going to happen overnight. I think it is extremely important as well that countries such as the United Kingdom continue both to provide political support for the Iraqi government and also to encourage investment in Iraq.
The importance of supporting investment in all areas of Iraq was something Charles Clarke reiterated, saying it was very important to promote the economic development of the country.
Initially in the infrastructure businesses, that means oil, gas, energy, electricity, water, telecommunications, those key industries, but then moving more widely into developing the financial system and so on. But the absolutely central thing at the moment is to get the engagement and see the change being made, so the natural economic strength of Iraq comes to play and then can benefit all its citizens.
The team were impressed by the vast improvements they saw in Iraq and said Britain should continue to support the economic and political success of a democratic Iraq.